Hey everybody, Josh and Matthew here from Cathedral Coffee coming at you. We hope everyone's staying safe, everyone's staying healthy, staying indoors, and just enjoying the beautiful quarantine we have. Unfortunately, with that means that we had to shut our doors a couple weeks ago, but that doesn't mean that the coffee stops flowing. We want to try and give you guys as many techniques as we can for making coffee at home and just what we call home brewing techniques. We're gonna be posting a couple videos through the next couple days, the next couple weeks, just to kind of explain kind of what we're doing, how baristas make coffee at home, and how we can teach you to make a kind of cathedral quality or cafe quality cup of coffee in your kitchen or living room or wherever you are where you make your coffee. So yeah, Matt, you want to just kind of talk about some of the methods that we have placed on the table?
Yeah, and we'll just run through kind of the basic equipment that we feel like you would probably need to be able to execute the techniques and recipes we're gonna do. But first and foremost, we just want to express that like everything we're about to show you in the next videos is meant to be really easy and really simple and really accessible for anybody. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on super fancy equipment. You don't need to do every single minute step that we show you in the videos. And we are gonna try to keep them as straightforward as possible so you don't have to think about like 50 million things. Just to start off with, kind of the most obvious thing would be the coffee. The coffee that you use will kind of dictate how good or flavorful the cup is gonna be. And so your own preferences totally matter. Whatever you find enjoyable, whatever you like to drink, that's king. But ultimately, the quality of the coffee that you use is going to determine the quality of the coffee you drink. So that's kind of the big thing. And then from there, we would recommend investing in a really good burr grinder. Difference between a burr grinder and a blade grinder is a blade has that little blade that you kind of see spinning around. A lot of people use them for coffee at home or spices, that kind of stuff. But we would really recommend using something that has burrs. And you can look that up online, find them at the store.
And that's something too that we'll be posting kind of just in comments around there, just places you can go to find these different equipment pieces. It doesn't have to be a hand grinder either. There are a bunch of electric burr grinders that are affordable that you can get at home. You might even have one and not really know even what it is or what it's used for. But yeah, we'll be posting those kinds of things where you can get them, prices and all that too.
And just want to stress that like the grinder and the coffee are really the two most important things when trying to make good coffee at home. It's really going to make what we make in the cafe repeatable for you in your kitchen is if you invest in those two things. From there, moving on to scales. Now, we really recommend that you invest or find, maybe even if you have a kitchen scale that you use for baking, that kind of stuff. Scales are actually really important in making coffee. They make what we do repeatable every time, so you know you're using the same amount of coffee, it's gonna be the same strength that you're looking for. And when you make a good cup of coffee, you can make it again the next day and you know it's gonna be good because everything's the same. So that's kind of the whole point of weighing what we're doing. We recommend that you use a scale that goes to 0.5 of a gram and that measures in grams. It doesn't need to be like 100th of a gram or anything, but something that makes what you do repeatable. That was kind of the big thing. Going on from there, we just recommend that you use a kettle that heats up the water itself, whether that's a stovetop kettle or an electric kettle like this one, something that you heat the water in it and you pour directly from it. It doesn't need to be a gooseneck kettle like this. Really any powered or stovetop kettle will do. We just recommend that you don't use a kettle that you pour hot water into and then use to make your coffee because the water will cool down too much. So we want as hot water as possible, and so that's why we recommend using one of these. This particular one is about $30 on Amazon. You don't have to go very expensive. You don't have to go fancy with the kettle. And then going on from there, really the last thing you need is what you're gonna make your coffee in. Whether that would be pour over, like a Chemex like this. These are really common. They're glass, they're really beautiful, and they make really amazing coffee. Same thing with these little V60s, and there's a lot of different variations on this kind of little pour over device. These guys, I think specifically, are about $6 on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, and they make super good coffee. Moving on from there, there's a lot of basic things. Like most people will probably find a French press lying around somewhere in their kitchen. These guys are really yummy and super awesome. Even a mocha pot. Some of us have these sitting in our cupboards and we've never touched it, or we touched it once and made it wrong and vowed never to taste it again. But they can actually make really awesome coffee too. And from there, you can even do like an AeroPress. AeroPresses have become super popular, super easy to travel with. So really any of these brewing methods and more are super valid, and we'll have videos for all of these, as well as probably a few others. And we just anything is game here. So as long as you start with a good ingredients for your recipe, if you follow the recipe, it's gonna be really great. So we're gonna go over all of these, starting with the French press, and
yeah, cool. That's pretty much it for the first video. We're gonna be coming at you with a couple different ones. Again, as Matthew was explaining, going over each and every single kind of method that we know of to be able to make good coffee at home. We hope that you guys are staying healthy, staying safe, observing social distancing, and hopefully all this is over pretty soon. Love you guys, and see you soon.